Hello and welcome, everybody. My name is Mark, and I will be your presenter today. Now, this is just going to be more like a casual conversation. So if any of you have any questions throughout today, please feel free, ask any questions. So take yourself off of mute, ask whatever questions you have. Otherwise, I do see the chat box is pulled up, so I will go ahead and answer any questions that way if you want to chat anything in today. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to kind of break things down into kind of two different categories. We're going to take a look at some product and some programs today. And then the second half, we're actually going to dive into the booking engine and go over some tips and tricks when it comes to making reservations within the system. But what I always like to do first is I always start from this main Vax page. You may know this, you may not. But Vax Vacation Access, it's a booking tool owned by Tricep Solutions. Now, Tricep Solutions is a sister company under our ALGV umbrella, our Apple Leisure Group Vacations umbrella. We also have a couple other companies under our umbrella, like Amstar, which is a destination management company, and also Hyatt Inclusive Collection hotels. So Vax, Hyatt Inclusive Collection, and also Amstar, they do operate as a separate entity. So the easiest way to explain Vax is think about maybe this weekend you need to get a new pair of shoes or jeans or whatever it may be. So you got to go to your local mall. Now, when you walk into a mall, what do you see? You see all these different stores selling different products. It's kind of what Vax is. In order for other companies or other stores to sell their product, they actually have to pay rent. So we at ALG Vacations, we only have brands under our umbrella. And you can see all of our brands if you hover over reservations and brands. And our brands are Apple Vacations, Blue Sky Tours, FunJet Vacations, which we're going to focus on today because you guys are part of Travel Leaders Network and you're going to make the most money that way. We have Travel Impressions, and then we also manage two airline brands, United Vacations and Southwest Vacations. Anything outside of that is actually a different company. They just pay Vax money to use them as their booking tool. There's cruise lines that use them for their marketing material. And the reason why I want to bring this up is it kind of brings me back to my old reservation days. I had that wonderful, 3 p.m. to midnight shift, and guaranteed after like 9, 10 o'clock Central, we'd get phone calls, say, hey, can you help me out with something? Sure, not a problem. And they'd give us a reservation for like SeaWorld or Universal. And we would say, unfortunately, you have to call Universal or SeaWorld. You have to call that company. And the response 99 out of 100 times was, what do you mean? I booked it in Vax. And then we'd have to kind of do that whole spiel. So just know we only have our brands. So I would recommend one of two things. Go to the FunJet Vacations page. That way you only have information on FunJet Vacations. Or we did launch something called ALG Vacations almost 2 years ago. And Vax still powers this page. And this is actually my preference of using the system. So I clicked on ALG Vacations. My computer's a little slow today, so I apologize. And you're going to get to this page. It's a little cleaner. You always have support if you need it. That's one of the reasons why I like this page. I have the support. I can call, email, I can chat us if you need it. You also have your tools front and center. Otherwise, if you're on like one of our brand pages, like the front FunJet page, there's multiple clicks to kind of get you. So the first half of today, we're going to talk about this top toolbar right here. The second half of today, we're actually going to dive in and make a reservation. So you do have your reservations tab right here. You can go to new reservations or pull up your existing reservations right here. If you want to go to our brand websites, go ahead. Hover over brands, click on the brand you want. What we're going to do today, though, is we're going to start over in rewards. And there's two areas in here I want to go over. First, something called Waves. Now, Waves is our loyalty program. So any reservation you make within one of our 6 brands, you're going to earn Waves points. What's going to happen is you make your first reservation, you're going to get a registration email. It'll say, welcome to Waves, and it's going to give you a link to click on to register for your dashboard. It is very important to register for that dashboard because otherwise your Waves points are not going to accumulate until you register. I do know a lot of people think that's a promotional email, and that's okay. You can actually click on right here where it says Advisor Dashboard. And then go down, click on Reset Password. It will resend that email for you. Now, once you actually get into your dashboard, let's go ahead and log into a demo account real quick. Think of this main Waves page kind of like a bank. And then each of our brands is a separate bank account. So you can go into each of your bank accounts or each of your brands and kind of see your information. At the top right-hand side, you're going to see your overall Waves balance. You're going to see pending points. Those are reservations that haven't traveled yet. And roughly about 8 days post-travel, those pending points go to your overall balance. You're going to also be able to see your history. So you're going to be able to see your past reservations, like the reservation number, customers' names, and the amount of points that you earned. One unique thing about Waves is on the left-hand side, though, you're going to notice like leaderboards. This is for our WaveMaker program. Now, our WaveMaker program, let's go back to that other page real quick. Let's go ahead and click on it. And this is broken down into kind of 2 different tiers. You're going to have your standard WaveMaker and then WaveMaker Plus. Now, this identifies the top bookers within our WaveMaker program. So the standard WaveMaker, it's the top 1,000. Top 150, you're in the WaveMaker Plus side of things. And they each come with additional benefits. Like you get access to the elite phone line and email address. You get exclusive webinars every quarter with our executive team, media toolkits, FAM discounts. If you're in the top 50 out of everybody, you get a destination experience FAM. We give you airfare, we cover your hotel, and you go down to a destination for like 4 nights or something like that. And there's like give back opportunities, excursions, maybe like a half day at workshop, hosted events, things like that. So this is something that I think everybody would want to shoot for, is to be a part of the WaveMaker program. Let's go ahead and click on that back button real quick. And you're going to notice it says current bonus point offers. This is just an additional way where you can earn more Wave points. So every single month, this changes over. Gives you the booking window and travel window information right up top. And it tells you what you can earn on every reservation. So maybe before you start promoting something at the beginning of the month, take a look at this page and see the opportunities where you can earn more money. Who doesn't want that? And that's maybe what you want to promote for that month. So just an additional way to earn more Waves points. Also in here, you're going to have your point redemption information. It's going to give you the instructions on how to redeem those Waves points for travel rewards. If you do it within the dashboard, you can actually redeem it for a virtual visa. Just giving you a heads up, you are going to get more bang for your buck. Redeem it for travel rewards compared to the virtual visa. It'll also give you the amount of points in order to convert it over to like a charter flight or ENVF flight, a scheduled air, hotel stays, things like that. When you scroll over scroll down a little bit, I'm going to stop right here. It's going to tell you what you can earn on every booking. Now, we value incorporating airfare, giving the customer all your components with one package. So you're going to earn more points when you have airfare and hotel. So 5 points for every $40. Land only, you're going to get 2 points for every $40. So you can kind of see you're going to make more when you incorporate airfare. And then if you played around with the booking system and priced things out before within FunJet, you've probably noticed these different colored boxes during the booking process, right underneath your hotel. We call these value indicators. So if you do qualify for additional Waves points, you're going to see a bright green box saying Waves bonus offer, and you can hover over it. It'll tell you exactly what it is. So I'll point that out when we actually get into the booking system in just a little bit. So that's a quick little overview of our Waves program. The next thing that I want to talk about under rewards is probably my favorite program that we offer just altogether. It's called Get Paid to Upgrade. And the reason why I like this so much is it's something that you do on a regular basis. So it gives you exactly what you need to do. Find participating hotels, which you can do below, right here. You can use a filter. You can upgrade your customers to qualifying room categories and get a minimum of a 2% bonus commission on your entire land. And that's the minimum. It's something that you do on a regular basis by upselling, right? Well, doing it with some of these hotels, you're going to earn more money. There's times we run promotions. I've seen 5% bonus commission. I've seen 12%. The max I've ever seen was 27%. That's a lot of extra money in your pocket by doing something you probably do already by upselling your customers. When we actually do a booking, I will point out how to identify these during the booking process. It has to do with those different colored boxes or those value indicators. Next section we're going to head over to is tools. This is going to be your resource area. First thing I want to talk about is self-help library. This is a great page in VAX because it kind of goes over everything when it comes to making a booking. So this gives you the step-by-step instructions. You got making booking, you got modifications, you got support, travel protection. It gives you, so let's say we're looking at making a booking. Building a basic itinerary. Here's a PDF, step-by-step instructions. Or if you want to watch a small video, go ahead and watch the small video. Because we also understand not everybody wants to sit and call and do stuff. So we give you the resources to do things on your own. So I'd highly recommend bookmarking this page. It's just going to save you a lot of time down the road, especially during peak season. You're also going to have other resources under tools where it says ALGV Pro. So what's going to happen is the first time you click on this, it's going to ask you to register. And so you're going to put in your VAX username, your VAX email address, and then you're going to create a password. Now, literally just put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're never going to ask for it again. And that's so you can get a single sign-on. And that single sign-on allows us to keep track of where you are with your educational opportunities. Now, ALGV Pro is front and center. This is our Travel Advisor Specialist program we launched about 3 years ago. So what you're going to do is if you scroll down, you're going to see some benefits of going through it. We teamed up with the Travel Institute so you can earn those continuing education units. We give away hotels every single quarter. But probably the more important one is in order to go to any of our events, we are requiring people to be ALGV Pro certified. So that could be like fam trips, our Pro on the Go events. It could be our Ascend conference we have every year down in Mexico. So we are requiring people to be ALGV Pro certified. Now, what you can do is if you scroll down, you're going to click on Begin Certification. And this is going to take you to the training curriculum, the core program. You're going to have two different options you can do. You can do a recommended path or an accelerated path. Because I did the recommended, it's only going to show that. But that accelerated option, what it's doing is it's allowing you to take a test out of these 3 courses right here, these 3 modules. You got to pass it, get 80%, and then you got the last 2 to finish up with the quiz at the end. I would recommend everybody go the recommended option because I guarantee you're going to learn something even these within the most basic of training courses right here. Each of these modules, we call them, you got 5 of them, and you're going to have different courses under each module. You can hover over it. It's going to tell you how long it takes. It's anywhere from like 2 minutes up to 11 minutes. So you're going to have a small video. Watch that video, take a little 3-4 question quiz at the end. You got to pass it in order to actually get the next course. I don't recommend doing everything beginning to end because you can see here, we got what? About 40 different courses in here, including the quiz. That's going to take you about 5 hours to do beginning to end. The cool thing about ALGV Pro is because you registered and got that single sign-on, you could pick up where you left off. So maybe you got 30 minutes tomorrow and then maybe 45 minutes next week. Just take bits and pieces here and there, and before you know it, you will be ALGV Pro certified. So highly recommend it. Guaranteed you're going to learn some stuff. If you go back to the main course, let's go back to the main page real quick for the Education Campus. There's other resources in here too that I think are overlooked. If you scroll down, featured supplier learning programs. I think this is a great place to start if you're, especially if you're newer to the all-inclusive market, the Mexico, the Caribbeans. We teamed up with some of our top hotel partners, and they have their own training courses in here. And they're pretty extensive, like an hour and a half long. So you can go through one of the hotel's training courses, then confidently sell that to your customers. And then when you get time, learn about another hotel chain out there. So we're always adding more hotel chains under our featured supplier learning programs. We also have destination learning programs. We try to get at least one every 3-4 months loaded in the system for you. So if there's a destination you want to learn about, go ahead and take a look at the destination learning options. Now I'm going to call out Dubai real quick because not many people know this. Outside of Mexico and Caribbean, the #1 hotel we sell is in Dubai. It's the Riu Dubai. It's a really up and coming popular destination. So if you want to learn about the Arabian Peninsula, check out the Dubai option in here. We just launched Barbados not too long ago. I think Australia was 2 courses ago. So you can learn about these destinations to be confident in selling with your customers. So there is more in here than just ALGV Pro. So highly recommend going through it and also the other learning opportunities in here. All right, next section we're going to head over to is under promotions. You can check our current promotions right here. This is more like a promotional landing page. Just click on the brand. It takes you to the actual details of it. We have something called exclusive perks. I'm going to kind of click on this one because I think this is a really great thing that we offer too. So you may have heard us talk about exclusive perks till the cows come home. We talk about it all the time. Now, the great thing about these are extra benefits your customers can receive with these hotel chains. There's about 12 hotel chains in here. But they are only available to you, a travel advisor, because you book in VAX. They're not available on our consumer websites. Can't get them through a different tour operator, through the hotel direct. Only available in VAX for you to offer. So each hotel chain is going to be a little bit different. So you can just go ahead, click on it. Now I'll highlight this first one right here. Joya Rose Hall out in Jamaica. If you book what? Up to 2 guests, 5-night minimum, you get complimentary Club Bay on that return. It's a private little lounge. You can kick back, relax, have some snacks, beverages, whether it's soft drinks or alcoholic beverages, and you can just relax a little bit before you actually get on your plane rather than sitting at the gate. Some hotels offer free private transfers, room upgrades, resort credits. I've seen like those romantic dining vouchers. So everyone's a little bit different. Now, it's really easy to actually book these because you don't have to do anything. It's just during the booking process, you're going to see a gold color box that says exclusive perks. That means, hey, you can offer that exclusive perk. One thing I would mention, though, is if you are trying to promote this to your customers, don't say, hey, because we're using FunJet Vacations as our supplier, you get this perk. Don't do that. Say, hey, because you're booking with me, I got you this extra perk. It's really going to show the value to those customers of going through a travel advisor. So it's going to make you look like a rock star. So that's exclusive perks. And again, when we hop into the booking engine, I'll kind of point that out for you. Now, I'm not going to talk about groups, but we do have 2 different types of groups. Flexible, which is called groupies, minimum of 5 rooms. You can get a promo code. And some hotels give you group inclusions like you would with a contracted group. And then we got contracted groups. That's minimum of 10 rooms. And you get your own dedicated dashboard, and that's where you can manage your group. But the last area I want to head over to is under vacation packages. Now, I'm not going to really dive deep into exclusive nonstop flights, but I kind of want to point them out. Exclusive nonstop flights, we also call them charters or risk seats. Now, what that means is if we as a company, we're at risk if we don't sell those seats to lose out on that cost because we buy out all the seats on a plane or we buy a big block of seats. So what we do is we make things a little bit more lucrative for you, a travel advisor, to offer these. They're always direct flights. We have exclusive pricing. So there is different rates when you do hotel only versus when you do an air and hotel package. When you package airfare, the rates are better on the land. But they're even better when you bundle it with our exclusive nonstop flights. We have a really easy way to search for these with our ENVF calendar. You're going to make more money. So whatever your international commission percentage is, that's what you're going to make. So 12%, 14%. Max we do is 15. Compare that to American, Delta, United. Max you're going to get is 5%. But we also offer a really cool promotion right now. Excuse me. My allergies are kicking me in the rear end today. So for every 20 of these ENVF seats you sell, you get a voucher, a free voucher for one of these flights. Now you can redeem that from 60 days to 31 days if you want, and that's going to be a 1-to-1 voucher. So 1 voucher, 1 seat. But maybe you want to do a last minute getaway. So inside of 30 days, that 1 voucher now becomes 2 seats. So you can bring a friend if you want. Chances are you're just going to want to look at the flight guides. And this tells you all the markets that we offer these in. If you scroll down, you're going to see Midwest, Northeast, Southwest. Most of these are Midwest. So Chicago, that's where we have the most amount of seats. I think it's well over 300,000 seats a year. You got Cincinnati and Cleveland, Kansas City, Lansing and Milwaukee, my hometown of Milwaukee. I wish that one was year-round. I'd use it all the time. But it's seasonal. You got Minneapolis, St. Paul, Rockford, Illinois. So if you have those customers that aren't a big fan of O'Hare like me, Rockford's an alternate option, and they're one of the only ones that actually go to Costa Rica. So we have a flight to Costa Rica with this product. And then to round out the Midwest, you got St. Louis. Northeast, we got Philly, Pittsburgh. Out west, Dallas, Fort Worth. So if you have customers in these markets, it is going to benefit you to actually offer these flights. Now, common question that comes up, are you ever going to go to Atlanta? Or are you going to go to Los Angeles or Boston? Never say never, but it has to make business sense for us because we have to find an airline that's going to come into that market and be able to offer us rates that are going to beat the current airlift options out there already. Also, if a market doesn't perform, we take it away. Last year, we had a couple other options. We had like Austin, Texas, San Antonio, Houston, Denver. They didn't perform, so we took it away. So right now, this is just what we have. So if you're interested in one of these, what you can do is just go ahead and click on it. I'll just click on Rockford. And what it's going to do is it's going to tell you the destinations offered, the days of the week, and the airline that's offered. And it'll tell you, hey, can you purchase seats? Can you purchase bags right and back? So you got to go through the airline directly to do that. And we offer a wide variety of airlines. I mean, yes, there's going to be some lower cost carriers like Allegiant and Frontier and Sun Country. We have true charter carriers like Global X. We have Alaska Airlines in some of these markets for some routes. So it's a wide variety of airlines that are being offered. They're the ones that give us the best rates where we can actually come in and give you some great prices on this. All right, so the last thing that I want to talk about before we dive into a booking engine is something that's kind of near and dear to me because I made this mistake once. And this is going to be Travel Protection Plus. I think ever since, I don't want to mention the C word, but 2020, people understand the importance of protecting their vacation. I mean, my first trip I ever booked when I worked here, I didn't have it. I'm like, oh, I'm going no matter what. A couple days before travel, my dad went to the hospital. I had to cancel and I got no money back. And I worked for the company. So people are starting to realize that it is important to protect their package. So you're going to notice if you scroll down, we got 2 different options, cashback, travel credit. Both of these are cancel for any reason. No questions asked. You can get a cashback option. Customers get the refund back to their credit card. Now, what happens with that is they can take that refund, do whatever they want with it. Maybe they need to update their kitchen or buy their kids sports equipment for school. It doesn't guarantee that refund's going back to you for travel. Travel credit option, it's about half the cost. So what's going to happen is you cancel. Within about 24 hours, you're going to get an email saying, hey, here's your travel credits. It's going to tell you travel credits are valid 13 months from the original departure date. And you only have to start your trip by that expiration date. Doesn't have to complete it. So what are you going to do? You're going to tell the customer, hey, your travel credits are ready. They're going to come back to you to rebook. So that's a win. All right, it's a win for you because you're going to get commission on that new booking. You're going to get commission on that travel protection. It's a win for us. We keep those funds in-house. So I did mention they're both cancel for any reason. You can cancel up until airport departure. If it's land only, it's up until hotel check-in. It will cover all different airfares. So it doesn't matter the airfare you book with us, it'll cover it. There's one specific part of a hotel it won't cover. It's those non-refundable advanced purchase hotel room categories. It is very easy to identify during the booking process because it'll say advanced purchase, it'll say non-refundable room category, but you can change it around to have a standard rate and it'll cover it. And a lot of the times it's not much difference in pricing. You're also going to get a couple other benefits with the travel protection. One, commission protection. As long as the reservation's paid in full, you have the travel credit option up to a $200 per room, cash back up to $100 per room. You worked hard for that booking. It's not your fault the customers canceled, so you're going to get something. If you don't have travel protection, you're not going to make anything. So you're going to get something. It also has, I'm going to scroll down. There we go. Post-departure coverage. This is the actual insurance part of things. Typically with travel insurance, you pay out of pocket, submit a claim, get reimbursed that way. Same thing here. Things that are covered are like travel delay, bag delay, misconnection. So the misconnection, we actually went back to our insurance provider last year. We got the amount up from $500 per person up to $1,000 per person. That's going to be those situations where customers are at the airport and the airline cancels their flight. They can't protect them for that day. They can offer a couple days later. Well, you can go to a different airline, purchase the new ticket down to that destination, submit the claim, get reimbursed up to that $1,000. So that's what the misconnection is. Other things in here are like travel accident, medical expenses, trip interruption, your typical travel protection stuff. Now, what I would recommend, scroll down under your brand specific plans. This is going to be where you can find the fine print. Click on Fun Jet Vacations, and it's going to take you over to who we use, TripMate, right here. Here's your policy number. So you don't need to call in for it. It's right on this page. And then what I would recommend, right at the bottom, where it says, have you purchased travel protection? Click on yes. Select the state the customer resides. It gives you a PDF with all the fine print. Send it over to the customer to review, or if you want to review it right there. So travel protection. Does anybody have any questions on travel protection? Excuse me. Okay, I see some notes in here real quick. Or questions. Veronica asked, does Amstar operate in Puerto Rico? Right now, no. That might be a destination we offer a little bit later on. Ramona's been to Ascend. Awesome. All right, Tia had a question, and it looks like Veronica already answered about ALGV Pro. Are you able to do it under your ABC account number? Yes. All right. So it doesn't look like any questions on travel protection.
Hey,
right. So what I'm, go ahead.
There was one more question from Melda about what class are the risk seats? Melda, if you want to elaborate.
It's typically going to be Z as in zebra class of service. It's very hard to miss because it'll say exclusive nonstop vacation flights when you're pricing it out.
Okay, I was wondering what class was it? Basic, economy?
Economy. So you're talking fare type. Yeah, just standard economy. Some of them do offer upgrades like Alaska, you can do first class. Global X, I think they have an upgraded cabin. So if we have it, you will see those options in there too.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. But no basic economy. All right, so I'm going to clear everything out and let's go through making a reservation. So just bear with me. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down right here. Now, if you want to look for those exclusive nonstop flights, you can use this ENVF search right here. That's going to be the quickest way to look for them. Otherwise, you can just type it in, it'll pull for you. From here, select your brand. You got your package types. Now, your basic package type is going to be air and hotel. You can also see land only. You can do air only if you want, or activities only. But there's a couple package types in here where it says plus transfers. That just means the shared transfers are going to be included in your package. They're not free. It's just built into the rate. It'll say included transfers. But I wouldn't recommend using that option because if the customers don't need them, you can't remove them. You're also going to see something saying hotel only package plus. You do not want to use this all the time for your land only bookings. It's only valid for Mexico and Caribbean. And what this will do is this will give you a land only package, but the packaged land rate. So it's going to be a little bit less than your hotel only cost. So don't use that all the time because it doesn't benefit you. Because the cost is lower, you're not going to make as much commission. You're not going to make as many waves points. So don't use it unless you absolutely need to. So if you need a lower rate for your land only, try that option. We're going to do a basic air and hotel today. Within VAX, you can get up to 4 rooms, 8 passengers, including kids. I would highly recommend limiting it to 1 room per booking. The more rooms you have on a reservation, the harder it is to make any changes. And also, the quicker the system will actually bring up your availability and everything. The more rooms you have, the longer it takes for processing times. So limit it to 1 room. I guarantee you it's going to be less of a headache down the road if you have to make changes. So we're going to go ahead and leave out of Charlotte today. I actually like that airport. Not many people do, but I do. And let's head over to Cancun. I like to use Cancun as my example because it gives you all these different options. And I like to kind of go over those real quick. But if you have customers going to Cancun, use the general CUN airport code. That way you can get both Riviera Maya area and Cancun all in your inventory. These other options, you're filtering out to a specific area, like Cancun hotels. And if I booked something under that CU2 code, customer comes back and says, hey, I got friends traveling. They're down in Akumal. You can't make that change because you filtered that area out. Use the general CUN. And from here, go ahead and select your dates. Let's do something in October. And then click on search. So just bear with me a few moments while we get that to pull. All right, Melda, you had a question about car rentals. What's your question on car rentals?
I didn't see any packages that included car rental with the hotel.
You can add them. It's just an optional feature.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't necessarily need like a air hotel and car rental package.
Okay.
If it's available, it'll pull for you. And you'll see that in just a few moments. Or we could take a nap while we wait. Just bear with me. There we go. All right, the inventory is going to pull in a couple seconds. There we go. Now you will notice when you do a basic single stop air and hotel, the system is going to ask you to select your hotels first, then your flights. Just kind of go with the flow of the system. Otherwise, it's going to be out of order and it's going to always direct you to kind of the way it wants you to go. So hotel first, then air. If you want to use the sort by option, you can use the sort by option. It'll always default to preferred, so like our preferred suppliers. You can go by price, alphabetically, rating, distance, and also location. Let's go ahead. I'm going to remove that real quick. Give you the total number of hotels available. You have a hotel name search right here. So if there's a specific hotel you want, just start typing it out. Then you can filter directly to that hotel. To remove that filter, just highlight it, click on backspace, click on find again. This sliding price scale, I don't think many people use as often as they should. This allows you to remove options outside of the customer's budget. So if my customers have like a, let's say $10,000 budget, move this as close as you can to 10,000. And notice it takes away a couple of the options. Every other filter in here, you're removing what you do not need. And you can go by rating, by amenity, by experience. You also have a sliding scale for points of interest, which is more like landmarks. Now, once you have narrowed everything down, clicking the name of the hotel will pull up the hotel profile. Not going to dive in too deeply in how to look at a profile. It's pretty common across the board. But one thing that I am kind of shocked about, not everybody knows this, but Vax only displays the least expensive room that's available. So it only shows one room category, I should say. If there's a plus sign, that means there's more room categories available. Click on that plus sign. It'll expand those room categories for you. Once you're next to that room category, you got those different colored boxes. Like this one's the exclusive perk. So if I book this hotel in this room, I get that exclusive perk this hotel's offering. You're going to see, I think I skipped it. This red box right here, that's our get paid to upgrade opportunity. So think of this like a stop sign. When you're driving, what do? You stop at a stop sign, right? You read what it says. This says, hey, look for the upgrade bonus. Well, that word upgrade, back in my head, okay, that means higher room category, right? Expand the rooms. And look for that upgrade bonus with the dollar sign on there. It's bright green right here. So if I book this room category, I get an extra 2% commission on my entire land portion. So I can go ahead, click on select. So once you're done selecting whatever hotel, whatever room category, it's going to take you over to your flights. So let's go ahead and get the flights to pull up. It's just a few seconds. There we go. You can go ahead, sort your flights differently if you want to. It's probably going to be easier to just use the filter on the left-hand side. You can go by departure time. Let's go ahead. I'm going to remove that real quick. Arrival, number of stops, by airline, and also basic economy fares. Now, a basic economy fare is a restricted fare. Not many people like them, but they're very easy to call out. So I'm going to filter to nonstop real quick. And I'm going to use this American flight. So it says non-refundable basic economy fare. You can click here to see all the restrictions, or just click on select. Because what's going to happen, it's going to give you a pop-up eventually. Oh. And it's going to tell you those restrictions. So can't choose my seats. I do have overhead bin space, no changes. So unless you have our travel protection, you're out that ticket cost. Then general boarding. If your customers are adamant about the basic economy, you actually have to accept those restrictions. But we will give you the option to upgrade to the main cabin. You can click on upgrade here, or just select the non-basic economy option here. But if you want those removed, just click on hide and they'll remove them. You're going to notice fares like published fares and bulk fares. A published fare, think of going to the airline directly, booking the flight. Max you can get is a 24-hour hold without any money. Unless you have our travel credit travel protection, you got to pay for that entire ticket up front with the deposit. And we pay out a whopping 0% commission on published fares. So more restrictive. A bulk fare, it's a published fare. It's just contracted. You got a little bit longer of a hold time. You can get up to 3 days without any payment. You can get low deposits starting at $250 per person, even without our travel credit travel protection. And we pay up to 5% commission on bulk fares. You will notice a little link that says compare fare types. That's only available with the big three and JetBlue right now. So the big three are Delta, American, and United. I got to double click on it half the time. Let's go ahead and click on it again. Ever since they did an update on my computer, I got to double click stuff. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to take you to a landing page. And it's going to tell you what's included in every one of the fares, from basic economy all the way up to first class. If you can get it, check mark. If it's extra money, dollar sign. If it's not there, you get a dash through it or an X. So you can use filters to filter to specific preferences within a fare. So if your customers are looking, hey, I want preferred boarding. Well, you can use the filter here if you want. Or I think I noticed something here. Boarding group right here. Well, I'll have to book anything above premium economy in order to get priority check. So we are hoping to get this for every airline out there. But I think the next one on the list is Southwest because of the changes that they've done. So hopefully sometime soon that's available in the system. So for today, let's do a morning time rate. I'm going to do the bulk fare. Right, so once you're done selecting the outbound, now we can go ahead and select the return. Let's go ahead. I did a bulk fare. I'm going to go ahead and click on bulk fare. Now, once you select your main components, if you want to add a rental car, go ahead and add a rental car. So that's where you can go ahead and do that, Melda, if you want to. But also remember, features, you do make commission on your features. So try to pre-sell them, because if the customers add an excursion and destination, you don't make any money on that. Feel free, use the filters to go to the section that you want. But when it comes to features, I always use the analogy if it's like going grocery shopping. If there's an item you want, you got to take it off the shelf to add it to your cart. Same thing here. So whatever the feature is, just click on add to cart. It'll refresh. It'll update our itinerary for us. So there we go. And I can do the same thing for any excursions, things like that. You got your standard pricing stamp, nothing fancy about it. Gives you your days prior to departure, your base package rate, things like that. This is new right here where it says pay in destination. It has to do with the legislation that was put in place last year in California, where it has to tell you, hey, what's your total package cost? So that's going to be like your resort fees, things like that, taxes that are due at the check-in direct. You got links for taxes and fees, terms and conditions, baggage charges right here. Your email itinerary, nothing fancy. This is just going to go over all the components you selected for your customer. So you can go ahead, send it over to them. We also have something called a sales email. This is one of the coolest tools in VAX, I think. This allows you to send more options to your customers. So unlike the standard email itinerary, where you're just selecting what you selected for them, you can get up to 6 hotel options, 3 rental cars, 6 features. So you can upsell really easily using this. Now, to do a sales email, click on where it says create sales email. And notice nothing happens, it just says preview. Now, if I go ahead and click on preview, this is going to be blank. There's nothing in here. It's kind of like an a la carte dining menu. You got to pick and choose the components you want to include on your sales email. So because I can get up to 6 hotels, let's go ahead, expand our hotels, and we'll select a couple hotels on here. And you can mix and match however you want. You can do 1 hotel, 6 room categories if you'd like. Wouldn't recommend it, but you can do it. You can do 6 hotels, 1 room category each. The sweet spot is typically like 2 to 3 hotels with about 2 room categories per each hotel. That's kind of the sweet spot. Now for your sales email, you're going to notice, here I'm just going to scroll down, right below your select button, that's where you're going to add the add to sales email. So I'm just going to go ahead, select a couple here. I don't want non-refundable rates. Great. Perfect. And you can get, again, up to 6. Now from here, go ahead, collapse your hotels and do the same thing for your features. You can get up to 6 of them. Now, I don't recommend adding your travel credit travel protection on there because it'll automatically be added. So don't waste one of the 6 options. But if you want to include the cashback one, you can. Now to add an excursion or any feature to a sales email, it's on the left-hand side. Just put that check mark right in there. Maybe I wasn't giving them the private transfer option too, so I'll put the shared transfer in here. Put that private transfer option in there. Maybe there's an excursion that every single time you sell it to a customer, they come back and say, wow, I absolutely love that excursion. Add it on here. Maybe it's swim with the dolphins, whatever it may be. Let's go ahead and add that to our sales email. Cool, I'll add that one. So again, up to 6 features. And now from here, I can go ahead and click on preview. And it does take a few seconds for it to load, so just bear with me. And from here, if you scroll down, gives you all your package details like occupancy, airfare, hotel check-in and check-out date. And then it's going to list from least expensive to most expensive your hotels. And this is the base package rate. So our base package is an Aaron hotel because that's what we selected. That's our Aaron hotel rate. So features, travel protection, not included in that cost. Below are your features, and it tells you, hey, it's not listed in the pricing. The cool thing about this, your hotel, your features are hyperlinks to the profiles. So you can send the email, customers can look at the profile just like you do in Vax. Now, why is that important? Well, it keeps everything in this package within our booking system. Because you don't want them to go to Google, especially looking at a hotel. If they put in a hotel name, it's probably going to be TripAdvisor, Hotel Direct, probably Expedia, the first 3 options. Well, if they go in there, you can lose the booking. So it keeps everything within our booking system. Now, my favorite part of the sales email is where it says show prices. I actually remove the price. And I get a 50-50 reaction to this. Like, Mark, you're nuts. Why do I not want to give them the pricing? Well, this is going to allow you to sell on an experience rather than a price point. I mean, customers gave you a budget most likely to work with. And we're the travel professionals. So you can say, here are your best options that fit your budget. Now from here, they can look at the profiles and make a decision where they feel they're going to have the best time in. They're going to say, hey, come back and say, hey, I really like Secrets Playa Blanca. Well, select those components, send them the standard email itinerary. Because once we give them the pricing, let's go ahead and I'll add those prices back on. They're going to say, you know what, I really like Secrets Playa Blanca, but I can save some money by going to the Iberostar. They're not thinking about where they can save, where they're going to have the best time. They're thinking about how can we save the most money. I mean, it's just human nature, but I do it. I'm sure you guys do it too. So by removing the pricing, you can sell that experience rather than the price point. Now, Tia did say, can you add the upsell options or excursions? If the sales email's already been sent, you got to do a new sales email. So she asked if you could do it after it's been sent. You got to do a new one. Now, booking admin is your commission. Not sure if the agency allows it or not, but you can increase it if you want to. You can do a dollar amount, commission percentage. It's really easy to do. Just add it in there, click on set commission. It'll update your totals for you. Now, if you do increase your commission, whatever that additional amount you add, there is a 10% fee on our end. So if you added 100, you get 90, technically we get 10. It automatically calculates it. But never, ever click display as line item because it will show on the itinerary that there's an agency fee, so don't click on that. Once you're done, go ahead and click on that little X. Right, there we go. Before we actually go through checkout, let's talk about your recent searches. So every time you do a new search, you're going to get a new itinerary number. And you can save those if you want. Saving an itinerary, we'll save for 14 days in the system, put it under a name you'd remember, and click on save. Saving an itinerary does not lock in any inventory or rates. It's just saving what you're looking at that moment in time. But the only way to lock something in is actually putting in the customer's names, getting a reservation number. About 80 to 83% of reservations, you can at least get a 24-hour hold on it. Do it. Create the urgency for your customer. Hey, you know what? I got this holding until Friday. If you want it, great. Let's deposit. If not, no big deal. It just cancels out. But then hopefully when you're ready to book, it's not a higher rate. So don't be afraid to actually get the reservation. So saving an itinerary, you can do it. It just doesn't lock anything in. Now, to pull up a saved itinerary, that's just under your reservations area. Click on saved itinerary. Click on the one that you want. If your components are no longer available or price is different, it will tell you at the checkout page. Duplicate, it's just a quicker way to do a new search. It just takes you back to the search page and pre-fills all your search criteria that you previously did. Nothing fancy there. You can also compare up to 3 of your recent searches. It just gives you kind of a side-by-side of your itinerary. Nothing fancy. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and click on checkout. And I want to put this reservation on hold. All right, Kathy, it says new email or whole new quote. I'm assuming to go back onto a sales email, you would have to redo the whole thing. Because chances are you probably don't have it up anymore. Now, anytime you see this message right here where it says one of your selections has been removed, it's just a general message asking you to verify everything is the way that you want it. That's all it's doing. You can go ahead and change your hotels, your room categories if you want. Your hotel advisories are right here. Very important to go over that with the customer, especially parking fees, resort fees, things like that. That way they're not caught off guard when they get to the hotel that there's going to be extra charges. That does pull on itineraries and documents as well. Travel protection, you have to add one or decline it in order to proceed. Now, we have a lenient policy when it comes to adding it. You have 7 days from when you post a deposit or up until the final payment, whichever of those deadlines comes first to add it. So final payment is always due at 45 days. So this reservation, we are 73 days out. So let's say we deposit this booking today. I have until next Wednesday to add it because the 7-day window came first. If I was, let's say, 50 days out, well, final's due in 5 days, so I'd only have 5 days. So 7 days or final, whichever comes first. From here, go ahead, enter in the customer's names. Let's see, who do I want to book today? All right, let's go ahead, put in some random stuff here. Email address and phone number, put in your contact info. That way, any schedule changes or notifications where we need to get a hold of you, that's where we reach out to. So you don't want us reaching out to the customers, so don't put the customer's contact details there. Now, the supplier contact info, that's where you enter your customer's details. You can share it with the airline. That way the airline will send any notifications if it's within 72 hours of travel. You can share it with Amstar. Now, Amstar came out with a new technology called Amstar Connect, which right now it's only for Cancun, and they're going to venture out to all their other destinations. But it's a quicker way for your customers to check in for the transfer. It's customers land, they're going to be able to get an email, register and say, hey, I'm here. After they pick up their bags, it's going to show pictures and interactive maps of where the driver is. So it's a much quicker way to get onto their transfer. Now, if you're interested in more about that, go into your tools and No Grow Go webinar calendar. Last week, we did a webinar with Amstar on it, and you can kind of see all the details there. It's recorded, so you can watch the recording. Frequent flyer info, passport info have to be added at time of booking, because otherwise it's not going to transmit over to the airline. So if you forget to do it at time of booking, not a big deal. Just go to the airline's website and add it. Right, let's go ahead and add somebody else on here. Great. Now from here, we're going to scroll down and get to the payment area. Think of this as 2 different sections. Due dates and the amount due on those dates, and then your actual payment details. So this is saying 7/19/98 is due on the 26th of July. So that means I have a 3-day hold. So I don't need any money on the booking for 3 days. And that says final payments due on August 20th. And then here's our reservation total. Let's say we post our $720 deposit. It's going to show right here under the total amounts of payments. Balance will be adjusted correctly. But where people get confused is this does not go down to zero. This is just telling you what the deposit was and the due date. So as long as your total amounts of payment is equal or greater than that deposit showing, you're going to be fine. You got your credit card details below. I'm sure everyone purchased something online, so I'm not going to go over how to enter credit card details. But you will notice you can do more than one at a time. I wouldn't recommend going more than 2 at a time. More cards you enter, the likelihood of something going wrong goes up. Whether it's they gave me the wrong zip code or security code, or maybe I transposed numbers. So just do 1 at a time. You can change the amount of the payment if you want, or do 2 at a time max and just repeat. I'm going to enter random details here because once you do enter credit card details, you do have an option to schedule an automated final payment. You can tell us which date you want Vax to charge that card. If you did multiple cards at the time that you made the booking, tell us which card you want. Use the drop-down. Now, if you want to remove that after you select that, you can. It'll say cancel final payment option. Or if the customer wants to pay it off early, just pay it off early. As long as it's paid in full, Vax won't charge the card. The only other option, let's remove that, is the email reminder. It defaults to 2 days prior. You can push it out further if you want to. It'll have your email, but you can change that if you want. You got your terms and conditions. Got to agree to those in order to make a booking. And then click on complete booking. Now, it never hurts to try to make a reservation, because if payment is required, it just takes you back to the payment area. So you may see something saying payments due on 7/23. So today's date, that could be that you only have a same day hold, like Southwest Airlines. So always try to make the booking. If payment's required, it just takes you back over there. So while we wait for that, I do notice a couple other chats came in. So Kathy, all right, so you clarified for me. If you saved an itinerary, can you do it from there? You can do your new itinerary from there if you need to. So you can go ahead or just click on search and do a new search that way. International credit cards accepted. Yes, you do have a drop down for the country that they are there for. So I'll show you that in a second. Let's just get a reservation number. Let's go, computer. All right, just waiting for that booking number. Great. So here's our reservation number. So if I don't pay for this on time, it just cancels out around midnight. So to answer the international credit card question, just under your payments, you just select the country. This is a list of all the countries that you can add for international credit cards right here. Now, one last thing that I want to talk about, because I actually really like this. Whenever you have a reservation, there's going to be a link that says payment request. This is a payment link you can send over to your customer. It's a one-time use link, but it's valid 72 hours. They're going to get the email with the link. They click on it. They put in the reservation number, lead passenger name, and the travel dates. And then they're going to pull up the reservation so they can see the entire booking. They can't see your commission. They can't make changes, and they can't cancel the booking. The only thing they can do is they can apply their credit card, or they can apply for Flex Pay. That's the pay-as-you-go option. So they can do that. It prepays everything to us. They pay them the monthly fee. The only way customers can do that is with that payment link, because there is a soft credit check. It's kind of like those Klarnas, Afterpay, Affirm, those types of companies. So that they will have that option on the payment link if it's needed. All right, so I went ahead and made the reservation. I talked a lot. I know we're about 2 minutes past the top of the hour, but I want to see what questions are out there. So Ramona has a question. Will the system email us if there's issues with a credit card payment? If you use the payment link, no, it's just you're not going to get the notification that payment was applied. Or 2 links under the payment request. No, it's just 1 link. It's just when they pull up the booking, it's going to say pay with credit card or FlexPay. I think that's where they were referring to for that payment. So let's see all your questions. This is your time. I want to make sure everybody walks away today without having any questions. And while we do that, I'm going to take a look and see when your next session is with us. Right. All right, I don't see specific dates, so I'm going to have to research that. Now, Nicole or Kathy, do you remember if you set up the second and third ones with us?
So we're in the process of finalizing those dates with you, and then we'll send it to all the members as soon as they're confirmed.
Okay, awesome. Just let us know as soon as you can so we can get that locked in on our schedules.
Beautiful. And then Mark, Nikki was wondering if you can open back up the commissions part again.
Yep. So, Nikki, for your question, do you want me to just pull up the booking administration right here?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, what question do you have on commissions?
All right. You mentioned something about adjusting commission, and you said, so if it's something that we can do. So I don't know if Nicole, if you have a comment on that.
Yes, you are absolutely allowed to.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
it's just something I'll bring up because I don't know what agencies allow and which ones don't.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mark, this is Ramona. I have a question about the credit card payments that bounce back.
Yep.
Will the client know that it's bounced back if we don't? I mean, I want to make sure my client gets things paid directly.
Yes. Yep. So what's going to happen, whether it's on the payment link or you do it within VAX, if payment does not go through, it's going to say error, credit card was denied or incorrect billing address. So you do get red messaging letting you know that, hey, there is an issue with the payment.
Okay, because I've had trouble with Puerto Rico, especially with their addresses.
Yes. So what you can do is you can always try it in the system. If it doesn't go through, reach out to the reservations department. They can manually pass it over to accounting. So how the system works is it kind of matches up the key points, like the numbers. So that's kind of the verification points. And sometimes with different countries, the points are a little bit off.
Okay.
So it may say, hey, can't do it, but just reach out to Res. They'll pass it over to accounting to see if they can get it verified for you.
Okay. And do we have a dedicated line for ABC if we're
you don't have a dedicated line. You're going to be able to use your support people right up top. So if you click on support, you're going to have a couple different ways to get a hold of us. We kind of changed this, but you're going to see that little chat bubble. If you want, you can call us. You can use this. It puts you into a queue to receive a callback. Otherwise, if you physically want to call us, you can. Just means you got to wait on hold, listen to the wonderful elevator music.
Okay.
Otherwise, also in here, you can email us or you can chat us.
Okay, thank you.
So you have a bunch of different ways to get a hold of us if you want. So good question. Kathy has a question. Discounts for military, police, or first responders. It's not something we kind of give over these trainings. We do have special procedures for that, so I'd recommend reaching out to the call center for that information. But adding military ID information, there's no way to do that in the system. So good questions.
Wonderful.
Any other questions?
Thank you so much, Mark, for everything today. For all of our members, if you have any additional questions, feel free to email me at travel@abcweddingplanners.com, and I'll get them over to the team at ALG to answer those.
Yeah, we're here for you. Let us know what you need.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much to everyone. Again, we're always here, and then the ALG team is always here as well. Have a nice rest of your day.
Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.